folks, I'm coming. Where'd you guys go? Wait a minute, wait, too far. Where are you? Nah, I'm just messing with you. How's everybody doing? Rudy with Timmy's Emporium's version 2.13 in the basement. Sorry, different location in the underground basement. No fluorescence, so I'm probably going to look a little yellow and funny, but who cares about lighting? We're here for conversation and discussion. We don't care about all the empty boxes behind me, right? These are empty boxes. Don't let me... Those don't move at all. Okay. We're going to talk about Kaldheim, French fries. I really want waffle fries now. So today we're going to talk about this new Magic set. And I'm going to give you guys my perspective so far based on what I'm seeing. I know next week's probably going to be the official full Monty on the old spoiler season in the next 2 weeks here. I know I haven't talked about it much. I know even my page was like, Rudy, look, I know you're obsessed with this flesh and blood revolution, where you think like flesh and blood's like the new Wall Street bets. I get it. I get it. Your hair looks like a disaster. I get it. But seriously, are you going to not mention the new Magic set? All right, I apologize. I get wound up. I get excited. Too much ink. I see colors right now. I can't tell if you guys are moving around or what's going on. So this new Magic set, Kaldheim, whatever you want to call it, this Viking snow-covered thing, again, as we discussed in 2020, snow-covered was going to become a big mechanic and come back in this new block with these snowy mountains and Vikings and gods and monsters and all this stuff. For those of you who don't want to stick around, you've already thumbs down. Before you leave real quick, I just want to tell you, I actually think this is going to be... I'm really curious, but I'm also very excited. Because this is going to kind of lay the groundwork and the framework for 2021 on the new Magic products. And I'm going to go ahead and be on record for it. I think I have no reason to believe that Wizards is going to do anything crappy. I mean, in the last 12 months, while there's overprinting, a million variants, a lot of frustration, everyone on the internet's got their pitchforks, I hear you and I see it. But overall, again, the raw data, which is stripping out all emotion and looking at raw numbers and data, the data shows Magic continues to boom. And I don't feel this new set's going to be any different. From what I gather so far, I took a few minutes and everybody was sending me all these leaks and little hidden things, all this fugazi and bamboozling. And from what I gather so far is a lot of people are waiting for the official rare land cycle to come out. I'm assuming the rare land cycle is going to be some sort of snow-covered, maybe dual land come into play tapped, I don't know, with a special ability, maybe a colorless or a snow or who knows. I know there's the snow-covered dual lands that are common, which I thought was pretty cool. They've done that kind of stuff before, because again, things that enter the battlefield tapped is kind of a huge drawback. Like when I've talked to you, everybody in the past, like when I talk about like the Urza's Destiny, one of my favorite lands, the Yavimabi Wawawa Hollow from Urza's Destiny, just the fact it doesn't come into play tapped is why I love it. Like my pet peeve is lands that come into play tapped. It drives me crazy. Like I feel like that's just such a drawback. It's like a deal breaker for me. That's my biggest pet peeve with specialty rare lands. If it does not come into play tapped immediately, I don't care if you lose life, it slaps. I don't care if you play the card and it like a fist comes out of the card and slaps you. I can handle that, but when it comes into play tapped, that's just like a deal breaker. I was like, look, I know you're good looking, but you come into play tapped, we got to see other people. It is what it is. So I'm very curious in the land cycle. I think the land cycle is really going to set the tone for this new Kaldheim block era. But I just want to go into how I feel about the set and what I know so far, officially and unofficially. And I also want to give you guys my opinion on the collector boxes, the set boosters, and the draft boosters. So it'll be a little bit of a longer video today. We may have to run over the magical 10-minute video and actually reset the camera for a second batch of 10 minutes. So first of all, I expect the power level to be medium. I think there'll be a couple cards that are going to make people go all crazy and lose their mind, and why did R&D accept this? I think we're going to have that typical thing, because that sells the product. The Jeweled Lotus, the kind of, the Euro, the certain, anytime you have these type Oko, every set or block has some sort of OP card that really causes impact and dramatic shock waves. Many times I almost feel that that's almost intentional just to create conversation. And remember, in the world of Magic, in the world of social media in 2021, the number one most valuable commodity in the world right now is no longer oil or gold or gas. Maybe crypto, but number one commodity is seriously it's attention and discussion and clicks and views. And based on that kind of thought process, Wizards want something controversial in each set. Whether it's going to be the Godzilla virus card, whether it's going to be some sort of misprint card and we're going to pull it out of the set, and then, or it's some sort of overpowered card in Kaldheim or Throne of Eldraine or Theros or Ikoria. Every set's going to have something, and I feel that this will be no different. I don't feel it's game breaking because they'll probably just ban it and irritate some people who are going to lose money, and they're going to move on and they're going to keep spending money, and it is what it is. That's the Magic Wizards culture that they have created for all of us. So that's why I kind of feel. I'm very curious. My number one thing I'm looking forward to right now is to see what this new land cycle is going to be in the rare slots, not the common snow-covered come into play tapped ex-girlfriend lands, the regular real stuff. So I want to jump over real quick to the actual sealed products themselves. Again, I've said it in the last 6 to 12 months, I fully believe Wizards is transitioning into an era where set booster boxes or set boxes are going to be overtaking draft, and we're going to go into this slow transition where most of us won't notice or feel it. I feel set boxes are going to continue to become the mainstream, kind of the core box, and I think draft boxes are going to continue to be slowly phased out over the next few years. Don't have any evidence on it. That's just my personal opinion. I also believe that collector boxes, after Commander Legends, when they really set that tone, Wizards really throttled back on the Commander Legends collector boxes big time. I'm still waiting for this huge supply of Commander Legends collector boxes to show up, like, Zendikar Rising did. And so far, it's still not happening. I'm blown away by that. Because so many people want Commander Legends collector boxes for between that $2 to $250 range instead of $300 a box. But for some reason, like, I have one case put aside for future box opening videos. That's it. And I cannot believe there still isn't any of them out there circulating. I don't know what the deal is with that. The only conspiracy tinfoil hat theory I have, everybody, is that, maybe they realize that they are printing too much and it's creating no real chase or special cards. A collector box doesn't feel very collectible if there's just a billion of them. The purpose of the variants and special versions is that they're more scarce, they have more financial value, and they're more of a chase to create that perception around the product. Maybe they're slowly transitioning to that also. And like I said, this is a really big deal, everybody, because as we flow through 2021, we're going to see the changes. I've told everybody in 2020, Wizards was in Magic the Gathering was going through a huge change into the flashy era. Now we're in 2021. I firmly still believe this flashy new era is here. It came last year, giggity. She showed up. We came, giggity again. And now Wizards is going to start tweaking the flashy era. We're going to see tweaks to, print runs on draft or set, reduced collector. We're going to start seeing them tweak the numbers to try to find, for all you business people out there, the efficient frontier, the most, profitable spot on that bell curve for the corporate suits. I believe that's really going to be the direction we're going to head, everybody. I really don't have a lot of negativity towards Wizards right now. I don't really have a lot of bearishness. I want to be on record. I actually think this new Kaldheim set is, as of right now, is actually pretty underappreciated. In the bar is set pretty low. I think I predict, and I could be totally wrong, I have no evidence, this is just going by instinct right now. I actually predict we could actually experience a real surprise knee-jerk reaction, because I was checking the other day on eBay, and I see everybody starting to pre-order and dump their set booster boxes, and stores dumping their collector boxes to lock in those sales real early for pre-orders, even though we're a month away. Well, maybe less than a month by the time you guys watch this video. I actually predict we're going to see some hard knee-jerk reactions, because I don't know. I have a funny feeling, Wizards is really not going to hold back this year with all these D&D crossover sets and these time spirals. I mean, there's some powerhouse products coming, folks. I'm not going to downplay that at all. I mean, Pokemon's booming. Flesh and Blood is just Wall Street Bets 2.0. We've got all these other card games. Weiss is doing great. Yu-Gi-Oh! And Vanguard. I mean, Final Fantasy TCG. You got these new Digimon and new card games coming. I really think Wizards, no matter, they will never acknowledge it, but they know this stuff is going on. They're fully aware of it, trust me. And because of that, I really think they're going to fire on all cylinders, folks. Wizards is not going to take any chances. They're not going to hold back punches. And I think the market right now is severely undervaluing and appreciating what's about to come, giggity, with this new Kaldheim product. I think it's going to be a good product. I truly do. I think the market is not yet fully accepted that we seem to be experiencing a reduction in the collector box print run and supply chain for these new sets. I don't know if it's temporary or not. We need more data, because it could have been a fluke with Commander Legends, because that wasn't really a regular standard set like, Zendikar and Ikoria. But it's fascinating. There's definitely some changes going on. Let's go to the part 2 of this video. Let me make sure the camera doesn't cut you guys off. But overall, part 2, I really want to mention to you guys about set boxes. Sorry, but yeah, this part 2 here with these set boxes. The collector boxes, it's all about the supply. If you bottleneck the supply on collector boxes, the price will hold and raise as time goes on due to lack of supply. But let me tell you guys something. I really want to focus the rest of this video. And I know we're over 10 minutes, so I know I'm pretty much talking to myself. 2 Timmys in the corner, my ex-girlfriend over here, and I don't know, I guess an old taco box in the corner. I really feel these set boxes is the most fascinating thing right now. Because from Wizard's standpoint, it's a higher margin item. You got less packs, but you have a nice variable lottery slot in the back. And I really think this is being underappreciated. I'm seeing these Kaldheim set boxes on eBay for like 100 to 110. I'm like, that's a really good price for a brand new release product that's on allocation, that's going to have elevated value in the secondary market for the first 90 days. Those are great prices. I mean, that's just my perspective. Remember, set boxes, even at the wholesale level, even if you're an LGS, I'm sorry to hear that, and you're still around and you survived 2020 and you didn't lose everything, including your shirt. Again, I apologize. And if you are allowed to open in this country or wherever you are in the world, if you're allowed to even sell a pack of cards, again, sorry to hear that. Assuming, you are on that path, you already know as well as I do that set boxes are more expensive than standard draft boxes. So you got to remember that. Like, for example, the largest distributor in the world, Alliance Game Distribution, and you can Google this or anything you want. For example, a regular retail booster box, if you're a small store ordering, I don't even know, 36 boxes, they have like draft booster boxes at like $86.60, and they have like set boxes at $89.90 wholesale. And I'm like, whoa! Even if you start doing bulk and get a couple percent off, and you can go down $1 or $2. I mean, even if you can get your draft box price to $80, even if you can get the set box price down to $85, I mean, these things are only $100 on the internet right now. That is a really good price. And, hey, bash me all you want. At the end of the day, if you still think everything's overpriced because of Wizards, I agree with you. But I'm just telling you, based on the system in place that Papa Hasbro has engineered, these are the numbers. And based on the numbers I see, the return and the value for what you get in the product is very interesting. And I've actually, and even with the Zendikar set boxes, now again, those really spiked for the longest time because there was a huge supply problem. They didn't print much. It was a test product the first time. There was a lot of bamboozling. So because of that, whenever there's no product at all, I mean, the market skyrockets, and then people who do get a few boxes, they just want to flip it on it's a mess. But now, I always felt a set booster box should be that 110 to 120 range, depending on if you're buying one box or a K. I always felt that was kind of a fair number based on a higher wholesale LGS distribution cost. But seeing them like a brand new release product, and again, by the time you guys watch this video, the numbers I'm quoting may be completely different because spoilers may have come out and the market may have swung $10 up or down. Who knows? But as of the filming of this video, I'm watching people buy these things, and I'm like, that's pretty good, man. And I don't know how many people are even aware that Wizards has a higher price point on set boxes. I'm not even sure if everybody's aware that, a set box is literally like 5-10% higher than a regular booster box. And I don't even know if that's common knowledge or not. But anyways, and again, they're awkwardly shaped and they're a pain in the butt. You can't exactly ship them as easily. It's a whole different animal. But, and they also, Wizards did tweak the list for Kaldheim. They removed some cards and they added some cards. And, I really think, and there's times I hate to even say this because I'm just like, I feel like it gives Wizards the green light to just raise more prices and hose all of us. But, no matter how we all feel about the product that's going to come out here in another 2, 3, 4 weeks, it's going to sell well. The market's going to have a knee-jerk rubber band snapping on the price. The prices are going to move. And I really think the market, I guess, going into this 2021 and all the world turmoil and political turmoil and, all these things that get all of us stressed out, but really doesn't change anything in our regular day-to-day lives. It really, I think all of this anxiety and things that from all of us that went through and survived 2020 is really, it skews our perception. It creates more of an emotional response than we all should be having. Because when you really step back and look at the situation, I mean, Magic's almost 30 years old, folks. The game's doing really well. you know, and I've told everybody before I end this video, I've told everyone multiple times, you got to be real careful to not get too negative on the state of Magic from reading comments or message boards or private Facebook groups or YouTube videos or any influencer or content creator. You know, that's kind of what I always like to go by. It's kind of why I still have a very unpopular opinion even on the reserve list, you know, because while the internet may make you feel like, well, everyone thinks a certain way, the reality of the numbers and the business model are very different behind closed doors. And, you know, there's a very big disconnect between kind of what the public wants to hear versus what is actually going to happen to the public. And those two conversations are pretty separated. And I think that's a terrible thing because a lot of people don't want to say certain things. And it's kind of, it creates, you know, it doesn't allow really good fluid conversation so we can all learn from each other and make better decisions in everything. Magic, Pokemon, Flesh and Blood, all the new card games coming out. It's important. And that's really my stance on it. And but overall, I'm kind of excited. I'm excited to see kind of this new product, and I really can't wait to do some set booster box and collector box openings of the new Kaldheim. You know, next month, I guess what, February almost. And overall, that's all I really have to say today. Like I said, I know all the spoiler stuff officially starts next week, but I appreciate the support, everybody. Hope you guys kind of gives you something to think about. And I'm very excited to offer the new Kaldheim products for sale too when they come out. And very excited. Losing my voice today. Very excited to kind of do some box openings and kind of get a feel for the product and kind of go through it and have that first. I always love, that's my favorite part of every new set, the first 2 box openings when I get to experience it. Man, it's an amazing thing, folks. Amazing thing. So other than that, you know, Magic's I guess, and I don't really want to go into that. I was going to say Magic really has a lot of credibility issues still in the secondary market. Single cards and Modern is still very bare market, man. But we'll do that in another video and everything. We'll talk about that in something different because that's a complicated question and conversation, everyone. But that's all I got. Hope everyone enjoyed it. Hope you're excited about the new Magic set as much as I am. And I don't know, giggity. Have a good day.